Here we go. New board thingy. Look at all the colors. Oh my goodness. I've been working on this thing for like over a year at least. And then the instructors and I really started cranking down on it the last like 2 or 3 months to like get all of this done. This is what will be the new board on the back of the wall. And there's a few reasons why. There's nothing wrong with that other one. Well, there's a few things wrong with it, but it wasn't as good as it potentially could have been. And the whole point of building this, so I started building my first one almost 6 years ago, was to give ourselves a roadmap of, am I getting in better shape? Outside of the traditional, just like mere body fat type of things. It's like, what are the other pieces, right? Of like health and like what can I do, and resting heart rate and blood pressure and medications and quality of life. And there's also like, am I getting in better shape? And I wanted something that was like a way that we could go, oh, this is where I am, this is where I want to go, how do I get there? And then we could see long-term progress, and we could also see maybe if one column is something that's dramatically less than other ones, that's a part of our well-roundedness that we need to work on, right? So a few things that it's just more, it's considerably clear because all the lines have the colors on them, so it's easier to read. It is, it makes more sense logically with numbers down, since we have all the new bells put in here as well. The progressions inside of the body weight make more sense. The jumps from pattern to line are smaller, but more, what's the word I'm looking for? They're more consistent in their percentage of jumps, right? Until you get to the bottom half of the board, which then this stuff becomes really, really just like, this is ridiculous stuff down here, right? That's just for play. But there's going to be this gold line, forever strong. And that is what we want to think about as an instructor minimum. That's what we want to think about as a gold standard of like, what should I be getting to? How strong should I get? How capable should I get? And what does that look like for a well-rounded, capable body? And that is this line, right? So this doesn't mean that if you're not there, that you're not in shape or you're not healthy, but this is just like, what are some good baselines that I feel like I could get to, and if I could maintain those the rest of my life, I would have a really, really thriving life. And that's really what this line is designed for. It's designed to be like, if I can do all these things year round, the rest of my life, man, I would be doing really, really good. And we're gonna add some more stuff to this on another board with more health markers, but that's what this line is. There's gonna be a new thing for Forever Strong. Whenever you get everything off this line, you're going to be upgraded to a white binder with a gold nameplate, right? So that's kind of a big deal, which is really awesome. I think that's going to be a good motivator for us to kind of like hit this mark and hold that white binder. There's a few people in the room that have gotten it, but that's just extra credit to the line. What this means also means that it's going to make more sense for us to see where we want to go inside of programs, right? We're going to be able to read this and be like, man, if I really wanted to get to this on this line, these are the weights, or these are the percentages, or these are the progressions I should be using to get myself closer. And as we take all that information, right, what does that mean for Sticker Week? And how you should think of Sticker Week is, Sticker Week is an extension of your Power Pack. So when you went through Power Pack, there was not a I am not good or I am failing or kind of a win-loss approach. It was an educational, I'm learning, I'm seeing where I'm at, I'm setting baselines. And that's all Sticker Week is. Sticker Week is back to Power Pack, setting a baseline, seeing where I'm at, seeing where I want to go in the future, and just checking in on things. Secondly, Sticker Week is really great because you get to check in on all the patterns, so that when you see patterns in the future and we say, hey, grab a 5RM, grab a 10RM, or work on your progression, you know where you're at. So that's probably the most valuable thing about taking the week, is to come in and be like, okay, this feels heavy, this weight's a 5RM, this was hard by this, that was hard by this. I'm taking all these notes, so that when I'm in programs, I can really pick the best stuff for me as an individual to get the most out of the program. Not, oh man, I can't lift that much weight. or, oh, I can't believe I lifted the same weight as last time. That's not the point of the week. That's not the goal of the week. Wins are always awesome, and we want to stack up W's whenever we can, but really the point is just to check back in on the patterns, see where you're at, and we have new sticker week sheets, which can help us explain how hard things are. So sometimes when weights are like the same weight for the get up, right? If we take like a 16 kilo get up and I do that, and I'm like, I still can't do the 18 kilo get up, right? One, change your mindset. That's a fixed mindset. Secondly, if I write down the 16 kilo, what was a 7 out of 10, and now it's a 5 out of 10, that's a sign of progress, because lifting the same weight thing but easier is obviously you getting stronger. And the stronger we are in here, the lighter everything else becomes in our world. And we want everything to feel light because we want to do whatever we want to whenever we want. Another thing we're going to do is to help with that idea of progress is we're going to have a total square count, which will be new. So there's 199 squares on the board. And that means that you can say, oh, I have 100 out of 199 squares. And the next sticker week, I have 102 out of 199 squares. Sometimes when we get stuck on like one thing on one line, it's like, I'm still a purple 7. I haven't made any progress. But you could have went vertically down different lines and acquired more squares. And acquiring more squares means you're acquiring more fitness, and you're acquiring more strength, and you're acquiring more capability and resilience, and all those good things about being a good, strong human. So that's the new board, and Sticker Week is a piece of that. That's what the board is for, Sticker Week. I just want everyone to really think about this as not as a week that I get to, that it breaks my heart when I hear people say, well, I haven't gotten better, so I'm not coming. And I understand that because we're all like driven people and we all like to have like progress and we all like to see W's, but the direction you're coming at exercise and the direction you're coming at Sticker Week is backwards. It's a little fixed. It's like you're just not giving yourself the credit for what your body is capable of doing. And sometimes in life, there's a lot of times where we have phases of maintenance that are more important than phases of gaining because it means we're not losing. And then outside of all of that, regardless of Sticker Week, regardless of the board, regardless of the things in the past, you still get to come in and play with exercise. You still get to practice all the patterns. You get to play with get-ups, you get to play with presses, you get to play with push-ups, you get to play with crawling around, you get to play with throwing bells in the air, and that's still important. That's still exercise. That's still us moving our body. That's still us doing a positive thing for our body, regardless of all the other stuff during the week. So you still want to come in 3 days a week, right? You still want to get that recommended daily exercise because you can come in and we could be assessing get-ups and people will be going as heavy as they want to, and you could just practice your medium get-ups. And you get 10 minutes to play with that. You can do 10 minutes of presses and 10 minutes of deadlifts. And every day you come in, you can do 10 minutes of that practice of that pattern and play with it and just really get good and get good reps in and still get a really great workout in without having the stress and anxiety of testing something. And it's not a test, it's an assessment. It's an assessment of where we were, where we are now, and where we want to go in the future. So we're really excited about this new board. We have put, the amount of hours I put into this thing is ridiculous, and I'm sure there's going to be some changes by the time we get to the end of the week where we'll make some more modifications before we have a big poster back on the wall. This is something that's added on. This is a swing section of the board for those of us that want to get into our swing on day C. There will be a bike version of this as well. We're still playing with some data with that one, but this kind of shows you where the swing test, that 5-minute swing test, lines up with the board, which will be a nice fun thing to kind of see where we're at with that one. So yeah, if you have any questions about Sticker Week, please ask an instructor, send it in CSM, send us an email, drop them below, send us a DM, and we just really, really, really want to see you guys here this week. We want to see you here 3 times a week, all the time, forever. So regardless of Sticker Week, I still want to come in. I still want to see you guys 3 days a week because that's the goal, right? Recommended daily allowance, weekly, make ourselves healthy, 3 times healthy. That's not even a word. Yeah, super excited. There it is. There is one there. There is one. There's one over here on that wall. There's one back there, and there's one over there. There's one on every single wall. So you got plenty of, you can go creep on all of them. You don't have to worry about staring over the board. And what's on that yellow line? Who would have put white letters on a white board? It was me. I did it. But not this time. You can read everything nice and clearly this time. Why not?